Because
Yeah, now that we've worked out all
no,
the
yeah,
problems,
yeah. Now this much just looks much more professional now.
I should hold on. I'll bring up your stream so I can see the chat. That way I can interact as
Uh,
well.
I think I've got it. It goes away. That's there. Your location. There. Oops, sorry. Sorry, I've got to stop again. And this screen, I can see my chat.
Hmm.
Okay, now we're good.
Okay. So what kind of truck are you using?
Scania Streamline, probably.
Okay. Yeah.
I and I wasn't sure what. I know we had other VTC. We had paint jobs, but it was based on one of the sort of stock paint jobs because you have to because not everybody gets. Oops, I think we have to move over here. You have to go. We had one of the stock paint jobs that has sort of a few different variants. You know, three or four colors mixed on the truck, and we just redefined those three or four colors, and that's what our black and white
For
and purple.
lazy truckers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about putting a call out to the group to see if anybody wanted to design some skins uh for the VTC. I mean, I would go ahead and do it myself, but I always think that people feel a little bit more sense of ownership, you know, if they, you know, can play a part in that.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can. I mean, you have to use the stock skins,
Yeah.
but a lot of them have complicated. Well, they have designs with three or four colors mixed together in the truck. So you can just pick a theme, a color theme that's for your ETC, and then
Right.
you can do that. And you can do trailers that are like that too. I guess I should. There, I'll set my cruise control to 80.
Are you switching lanes?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Because your left signal is on.
Oh, sorry. I'm
Just
writing.
driving down the road.
Yeah. Well, I'm right. I should get back in the cab, I guess.
Oh, I guess that's why you wouldn't notice the ticking because
No,
you're
no,
not inside.
I'm sitting on the roof
Yeah,
driving with strings.
like Mr. Bean when
Yeah.
the recliner with the mops.
Yeah.
Okay, this is working so far. I mean, for the most part, I don't have actually a trailer, but
Yeah.
a little rocky start. Huh. So in Virtual Speditor, you can choose the source and the destination and the company and what you want to haul, and you can choose the type of the trailer as well. But
Yeah.
when you dispatch the job in Trucksbook, I think it just randomly assigns the trailer. But I would assume that there's a variance of different trailers for the type of cargo that you're hauling. So I assume that this is just a bug. I don't know, but
Hmm. In the trucks book dispatcher, you mean?
yeah, there's no option to choose the type of trailer. So if I'm hauling like meat, for example, I'm gonna want something that's refrigerated. Um,
Yeah. And you have
I
to
would
just
assume that Trucksbook would just know that if you're hauling meat, you need a refrigerated trailer.
yeah.
But yeah, it's a little strange. Oh well. At least I could hook up to something and I could see the job there. So Trucksbook works. It's really nice that it actually just auto loads the. Because before I was just gonna try to get everybody to use Virtual Speditor and then program the job themselves and make sure they have it all set
Yeah,
up. But
yeah,
this is much
yeah.
easier.
Well,
Just
but I wonder if it's a Truckers MP glitch or a Trucksbook glitch that you didn't get your trailer.
yeah, yeah, it's possible. But I mean, I'm still gonna get the experience. I'm still gonna get the money.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. It's
No,
all the
no,
same.
no. And it's dark, nobody will notice. But if it's daylight, people will mock you.
Yeah. I'm like the ugly duckling of the convoy.
But it'd be interesting. I mean, too bad Jess couldn't make it because then
Yeah.
to see if I was the first one and I'm the one to get this trailer and nobody else gets a trailer, or
Yeah, it's a good point.
she did get one, or
Yeah, because in Truckers MP, the jobs that you see through Eximar and the jobs that I see are even different, despite being the same company.
yes, yes, because I
All the
yes,
more reason that we need to have the dispatcher, right?
oh yes, yes, because I've been stuck in that with the other VTCs where you're trying, everybody's trying to get the same. Yeah, people are refreshing. I think if you use World of Trucks, I can you can you have a better chance of getting the same jobs.
Uh, yeah.
But I had taken out I think Virtual Speditor. I think I had to put it back in because I was in I was exploring in the Black Sea map, and I wanted to go specifically to a specific town. And I was just, retrying to try to get a cargo going there. But if I had Speditor, I could have just said, no, just shut up and give me one.
Yeah, and that's why I decided to just keep that tutorial and description of it and how to
Yeah,
set it up in the knowledge base because
yeah.
if people wanted to do that on single player and just
It's
do
nice. Yeah,
certain
yeah, yeah,
jobs, it's really nice, right? It's very
yeah,
customizable. Whoever made that little program is a genius.
yeah.
Same with Trucks books. I think they're great little programs. I'm sure that my partner would have things to say about it because he's a programmer and developer, but
Well,
the worst critics.
yeah, 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 yeah. Well, one of my many jobs was software. Oh, I've programmed. I've been a programmer.
Are you a are you back end or more front end or a little
Um,
bit of both?
a little bit of both. I was working on yeah, a little bit of both. We were using
Yeah.
user interfaces and then working on
Yeah.
the database. I got a lot of training on tandem computers, which
Okay.
is cool. It's the mainframe that banks use as the front end to their banking system. Sort of not the front end, sort of the middle. It's a super redundant. Everything's doubled up. Transactions are all doubled, not committed to, and like all sorts of super,
Hmm.
super safe stuff. There's never one component. There's always, two drives, two I/O cards, two of this, and everything's all cross-connected. So that was kind of
Right.
cool. But
Yeah.
but my last job, my favorite one, was just doing field trials, doing testing. So
Yeah, I think I remember you talking about that,
yeah.
but you were getting tired of
Well,
other people telling you that you don't want a button to be animated and
well, yeah, or people, giving up on the testing. They they'd want a test plan, and then marketing/politics would come in and say, well, no, let's just do it anyways.
yeah.
So
Jeez.
at a certain point, you're not feeling valued.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about like so Navi's got a he's got a channel for the VTC in his Discord. I've got a channel in mine and it's it's kind of convoluted. Like it's scattered all over the place. And I thought, I might as well just make a group DM in Discord.
But
And then it's just all in one place, you know?
but that's not what I'm chatting through. I'm still chatting through. Like,
You are chatting through the group direct message. It's not through a voice channel in the Discord server.
oh, I thought
Yeah.
that's where I went.
Nope. It pulled you into this one. So
Oh,
that
okay.
way people can't just automatically join and start talking.
Oh, okay.
Because you never know what people are going to do, right? So, and I didn't want to make that um, explicitly known this evening because people were asking me if I wanted to play Sea of Thieves with them, and I had already made plans to do this, and I was like, nah, I'm kind of busy. So, but it's been a long day. I had a oral final examination this morning,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
so that was a little trying, but
Went well.
yeah, I think it went okay. It was pretty informal actually. So it was kind of nice, and it was like you did it as a group with the class, and then the class also critiqued your oral presentation.
Oh, okay.
Um, so you kind of had a chance to get feedback and like peer feedback.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's nice. I had a inadvertent oral exam back in college ages ago.
yeah.
I was in I don't know if my first, I guess maybe first, maybe it was the second year, and it was a small community college, and I slept in and I missed my physics exam.
Oh geez.
Now the classes were 20 people class. Like, it was a small school. I was in technology, electronic technology, and so there wasn't a lot of people. But I called them in a panic, and I got the teacher, and he said, don't worry, Mike. We'll figure something out. Move on, and worry about your other exams." And so I went in, and I went in after, and he just, he sat there and he handed me a piece of chalk and said, "Okay, so um, tell me about electron shells." Okay. And he just sort
Oh
of
boy.
got me through the. But I knew the stuff. Like I was good in the physics part of electronics. I knew the stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
we're taking an exit here. I think he knew I knew it.
And then exit right.
So I was like, "Tell me about this. How does this work? How does that work?" And he'd ask the occasional pointed question, and I'd be, "Oh yeah, you're right. Maybe it does do that."
Jeez.
But if I hadn't known my stuff, I would have fallen apart. It was sort of a Yeah, it would have been sort of I don't think he would have offered that option to somebody who didn't know their stuff, because it'd be all or nothing. Either you know it, you go in and you ace it, or you don't and you go in and you just flub it, and like the 90 or the 50. I'll take the
Yeah.
90%. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a final exam next Thursday in what I hope is my last biostatistics course that I will ever have to take. It's been a long time coming. I've taken 6 different biostatistics and statistics courses throughout my academic career. And yeah, I'm kind of tired. You think I would be an expert statistician, but I am not.
Oh, so
Not
they're
even
they're
close.
they're all hard work.
Well, statistics is just a hard concept overall, I think. Um, I'm not a mathematical mind, so I mean, I can see patterns um, through other ways than just numbers and data. So, but anyways, I think the more advanced courses are really interesting though because they touch on things that you don't normally like. It takes it to the next level, right?
Okay.
A lot of the statistics that we do in the real world in everyday practice in our jobs and stuff is merely, a lot of it is really based on associations, making associations between different things. Um, but this past semester in this advanced course that I'm taking, um, they touch more on making causal claims instead of just associations,
Okay.
and like more robust methods to be able to,
Back
yeah.
it up.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
causation is not correlation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad it's kind of over. I'm really tired. I'm so tired. Yeah.
Well, I've sort of got tired of writing this year, I realized.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
I know
doing,
how that feels.
I've been doing my story a week for since last January, and I have I had two other people writing, doing the challenge and sharing feedback, and then there was just two of us, and then Joyce dropped out a couple of months ago, so it's just me, and so there's no feedback, and I don't know. I don't feel motivated if I don't get any.
Feedback in terms of like interact, is it like interactive? Are people adding to it or are they just
Well, no,
reading it and then
I'm looking. Well, I'm looking for. First of all, I'm looking for like I set a prompt, so I'm looking for just to see first of all how do other people interpret that prompt? What's their story look like? Like where do they take it? Which is always interesting because your way is not the only way to take it. And then, but also looking for feedback, not just like your mom says, "Hey, good job," but yeah, that was I like that. I like that. This character, I didn't understand this character,
hmm.
or this ending just came too fast. And even feedback, maybe if you had this foreshadowed earlier on, then the ending would make more sense. So that kind of stuff.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I got to find a critique group that'll do that on a weekly basis because I don't want a group where you send it in and a month, 2 months later you get feedback. No, I'm handing this in Friday, so
Ah,
get back to me now, please.
yeah, yeah.
But find people who are doing the same thing. But I don't know. So I think in the meantime, I'm going to get into podcasting.
Hmm. I mean, you could get tremendous feedback podcasting.
Yeah, yeah,
Like if you put it out there, here's my email.
yeah,
This new story is posted.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Be sure to send me an email and give me your feedback.
yeah, yeah,
You get people.
yeah, yeah. And I've got 170 stories, so even at
Yeah,
even at two a week, I can keep going for quite a while.
that's a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah. Although, I mean, I've got the Audacity. I forget what software I got. I got software that'll let me sort of do a little bit of cutting, pasting, just to
Mm-hmm.
case I mutter and mumble too much. And I've got the site already set up and stuff, so just getting it up there. And you can schedule it ahead of time if you want. So,
Right.
and I was
Well, I
reading.
mean, and that's the nice thing about your stories is like you could do, if you're feeling really ambitious, you could do like 12,
Yeah,
say, if
yeah.
you're, well, I mean, you said you wanted to do one a week, so yeah, so
Well,
you do
they're
three
like
months worth
yeah,
or
but
4 months worth.
yeah, and so it's a 5 minutes. Maybe it's 1,000 words, so it's
Yeah, yeah.
maybe somebody went by. I just tweeted 1,000 words. So yeah, I like to do a couple stories at once, or I could do one podcast. I'm not sure. I could try different things. Do people want just a 5 minute podcast, or do people want a 30-minute podcast?
Right. I think it depends on the content, really. You know, and I think because you're doing short stories, a 5-minute show is just fine.
Yeah.
But as a listener, I think that if I started listening and I got really into your stories, I would blow through 170 stories in
Yeah,
no
yeah, yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah. You just binge listen, like binge watching on
Yeah, yeah,
Netflix. Yeah, 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 yeah. But
which is fine. Um,
but then people, yeah,
but
I want
it
more. We
seems
want
what
more.
seems like a lot of work for you is really short for
Yeah,
everyone who has
yeah.
to who's gonna listen.
I don't know. I was reading to excuse me. I was reading to my girlfriend while she was up here. Um, I was sitting. No, I was reading a book of short stories, and she'd been working on her iPad next to me or something, and then she stopped and she said, "Could you read to me?" And I was, "Oh yeah, these." Or then I said, "Wait a minute," and I have a copy of the annotated Alice of Wonderland.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
and it's the footnotes are done by I think his name is Martin Gardner.
Fascinating.
He used to do the puzzles and everything for Scientific American, like the
Okay.
mathematical puzzles for Scientific American,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Alice in Wonderland is there's a lot of mathematical stuff in it, and also obscure references to poetry at the time, and digs at there's all sorts of digs at the the politicians and the culture, and there's a lot in it. But even just the story. So I read over the course of several nights. I just sat there and read Alice in Wonderland to her,
Jeez.
and you could do that online. It's it's public domain now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought about um I thought about reading uh on Twitch and streaming it, but it's against the terms of service when I looked it up.
Uh.
For you it wouldn't be because it's your own
Yeah, yeah,
stories,
yeah. Okay, okay. But you could read.
but if you were to read somebody else's work, you can't.
Well, a friend was suggesting that maybe other people's would let me read their short stories. Like somebody I knew who did short stories and wanted online didn't have the ability or the voice or whatever. You know, could I?
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean
I could do
if you had
guest
permission.
stories. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of old. I forget what the cutoff date is, but there's a lot of books that are in the public domain. They're on the sit on the roof here. Look at this. Isn't that nice? They're in the
Wow.
Gutenberg directory,
Yeah.
the Gutenberg project. Oh, well, this is nice. Wherever the hell we are. Little pop-up mountains, like those books you open up and the things
It's
pop up.
beautiful.
Nice. It's too bad you can't take photos when you're moving.
F10?
Well,
No.
no, the screenshot says you have to stop. But does F10 work?
No, but you could do a print screen
Yeah,
and then just bring it into Paint and crop it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I got three screens up, so
Yeah. I
I
mean,
get
you
a
just crop out that screen.
crop out the other two screens. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm um a bit of an aficionado when it comes to rare books and antiquated books.
Antiquated book. Yeah, yeah,
Um
yeah.
so I have a first edition of a few first editions of various books. So I have a first edition of Uncle Tom's Cabin,
Oh, okay.
um, which is really quite something. It was gifted to me actually one year for Christmas,
Oh, yeah.
um, which which is still to this day the best Christmas gift I've ever gotten. Nobody has topped it. Um, it's too bad it's not signed. If it was signed, I'm sure it would be worth a lot more. But
Who wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin?
Harriet Beecher Stowe.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then I've got the collected works of Smollett. He's a playwright, an English playwright. I really
Okay.
like English playwrights, so I have they're not first editions, but I do have two first editions of John Galsworthy, who was a Nobel laureate playwright in
Ah,
England. Um, and yeah, I really enjoy reading.
so you
Uh,
read these, like you read these.
oh yeah,
They're not.
oh yeah.
They're not like comic books that people keep in the original plastic and never read. Never open.
Well, I mean,
You're
I
careful.
don't have I have them they're in like a glass case, like a bookcase.
Okay.
Um and I don't keep them in plastic or anything like that. I probably should keep Uncle Tom's Cabin in a plastic wrap or something. Keep it away from book
Yeah.
bugs. But
You don't read
I
them.
mean,
You don't
it
read
was
it.
kind of already in shoddy condition when I got it, so I guess all the more reason. But
And where do you get them?
abebooks.com is
Okay.
usually where I look for all of my rare books. Yeah. Yeah, you should check it out. It's quite an amazing place, actually. So
We have to pay here. We have to stop here.
they have private booksellers from all over the world. Um, and some of the collections are phenomenal. Like they have original scriptures from Da Vinci
Oh.
that that are listed for sale for like $200,000. Like it's crazy. Some of the stuff that is in this site. It's pretty wild. But I like to peruse. You can usually pick up a lot of really nice first editions for relatively cheap, or some signed copies too. I almost bought a signed copy of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory
Oh,
Roald Dahl.
that'd be nice.
I had it in my cart. I should have bought it. It was 100 and I think it was like 160 some dollars, and I should have bought it. I should have bought it. I regret it
Right.
not buying it,
And
but
then exit right.
it's one of those things, you know. Get groceries or buy a signed first
Yeah.
edition.
We're exiting here.
Exit right.
Yeah,
I
a little
have
bit behind here.
a similar new hobby, fountain pens.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You were saying.
That just a few months ago, my daughter had got me one a couple of years ago for her birthday, and I hadn't really used it much. And then I just got it out for some reason, and then got another. And I was talking to a friend, a writer, and oh, she's into them too, and come to this meeting, and oh, there's all these fountain pen people, and I was like, oh, well, I got,
Soul World of
I got,
fountain
yeah.
pens.
So I got four pens now, I think, and four different kinds of ink, and you go to these meetings and people pass around pens. So there was maybe 50 people or 60 people. It was big long, square table, and people just pass around their acquisition.
So you know, like all the nibs now,
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
different type of tips you can get, and
yeah,
different inks, and
yeah. Well, the inks too. This site that I'm trying to set my cruise. This site I went to, or this place in Toronto called Wonder Pens. One of the
water pens,
Wonder Pens.
wonder pens. Okay.
And one of the things they sell is they sell these little sampler, like these little tiny little vials of ink, just a couple of mils of ink each. But you'll get, I think it's $10 for 5 of these, and they're random, and they've got 7 or 8 Maybe they might have 10 different manufacturers of ink, and each manufacturer's got a dozen anyways of colors. And so what they do is they just send you random 5 things. So you have Noodler's Polar Black, and you'll have some Japanese orange, and somebody else's green, and somebody else's blue that has little gold shimmer in it and stuff. Oh.
Hmm.
And if you like it, well then, you buy a bottle,
You
but
get the full bottle.
you buy a bottle, yeah.
That's cool.
Good way to try it. So.
Yeah, I've got a decent fountain pen, but I haven't used it in a while, and I don't have ink left. And it needs to be cleaned. And then I've got an old fountain pen I bought in
Oh,
an
we have to
antique
be left
shop.
here. Oh, we're back.
It's,
We must be getting close to Germany. We're losing our right-hand lanes. Sorry, you've got
Yeah.
an old what?
It's not a fountain pen, it's just a nib,
Ah,
and you dip it,
yes.
which is quite messy if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I don't know where that went though. Not sure.
We used that in. I remember using that in public school.
Yeah.
One
Wow.
one year we had. I guess it was grade 8. We were allowed to use. Maybe grade 7 too. You were allowed to use a fountain pen. And before that, there was an inkwell in the little hole in the corner of your desk, and you had a straight pen.
Yeah.
And you practice your cursive with that. And when you weren't practicing cursive, you just used pencils, I think. But
Really?
yeah.
Huh.
But definitely no ballpoints, because ballpoints would they write too quickly. So they encourage you to be sloppy.
Right.
Guess I should move
And that
over
would
here.
go against etiquette.
Yes, well, you're trying to write cursive. You're trying to write nicely, so.
Yeah.
My cursive is sort of okay now, but I bring my fountain pens up to my local now, and it's kind of an oddity with people. Andrea, one of the servers, she's fascinated with it, and every time I bring a new one with ink, she has to try it and write with it, practice her cursive.
Oh yeah. I think fountain pens are a really nice conversation piece. And when I see people using a fountain pen, like in meetings and stuff like that,
Yeah.
Keep left.
I think
and
it
then
says a lot about
continue
the
straight
person
on.
that
Yeah,
they like
yeah.
quality,
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
enjoy finer things. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
They can take their time.
Straight on.
Yeah. Yeah, I got all sorts of tickets, all sorts of speeding tickets driving in the Black Road to the Black Sea.
Oh really?
Because from all this, 80, 40. You get a speeding ticket. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, the road has to naturally sort of follow that. Like if you're going around a tight turn, yeah, you need to slow
Yeah.
down. But I hate these sections, especially on freeways like this, where it'll go from 80 down to 50. And there's no construction, there's no on-off ramps. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, there's a few sections like that.
Yeah, you don't know why it's happened.
Yeah.
Although I noticed in some maps, I remember one, I used to get it, maybe it was in one of the Brazil maps. You'd go through construction and it'd drop to 30, and then you'd leave the construction and it'd stay at 30.
Oh,
But if
well,
you hit
that's not good.
but if you hit escape, like to get out of the
Yeah.
game, and then like just whatever, escape just to go to the whatever the other window, and then back in, no longer 30.
Huh.
Uh, because otherwise you could spend, go to the next town all at 30, and
Right.
people are whipping by you.
Go
You
straight
know,
on.
they don't think it's 30.
Jeez.
Oh,
Yeah, like
there,
the AI.
yeah,
The AI,
yeah,
you
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
So there are glitches in the game. So
I feel like ProMods has tried to fix a lot of that.
yeah.
Um, so maybe that's why you're noticing, because you've turned ProMods off to be able to drive the Black Sea.
Oh, maybe.
Like I've noticed that the speed limits are more or less consistent depending on the area that you're in, and more natural. Same with the road signs; they're way more realistic, and the advertisements and things like that. But I think it's daytime, bright enough
Keep
out. I can
right,
turn my lights off.
and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
Yeah. See, that Sky gave me that. I don't know if you can hear my voice
No.
navigator. Oh, so she's keep right and continue straight on. So I went right, which is in the exit lane, and then continue straight on while you exit, turning to the right. But you're stuck in this lane. You have no choice but to go straight on. So it's
Right.
like,
Your signal is still on, by the way.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, I kind of get that too. Like I'll have to exit right, and then I'll be in this lane, in the center lane, and then the nav will say keep left and then exit right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you have to get into the right lane to exit right. So keeping left is not actually what you're
No,
supposed to
no.
do.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
What?
Yeah, I'm not sure what triggers that because I've also had, yeah, or I've had the route is, clearly straight ahead past this, or past an intersection, and it'll be, turn right. No, no, I'm not turning right. And then it'll be recalculating sometimes, or sometimes you just will give up and not bother pestering you for not turning right. So I'm not sure
Right.
whether. I guess there must be some trigger in the map when you're laying out the roads in map editing.
Mm.
I should ask. Jace Meister is somebody I follow a lot in ATS. He's done this big mod.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Keep right next
There's
way. And Hamburg too is.
Exit right.
Yeah. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that there's a streamer that I found last week or the week before who is an admin for Truckers MP, and he streams footage review and banning and stuff like that. Um,
Ah.
so it's pretty interesting to see how they make a decision. And he shows all different kinds of scenarios where there's accidents or people are grieving, or somebody is doing something stupid, or just breaking road traffic laws, because they still stand in Truckers MP,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
um so it's
Ah.
interesting to see what kind of boundaries a person can push.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I've seen one of those. Anyways, there's a British guy that I've watched that. I know what you mean. He just going through that sort of. Well, I'm not sure what's happening. He's going, oh, yep, yep, yep. There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, two
he just
days.
got himself banned.
Yeah, banned 2 days. Yeah. But sometimes it's, well, I don't know, really,
Right, and then the
he,
chat gets involved,
he
and they're
didn't
like,
have,
well, no, you should ban him. And
like, well, I don't know, he didn't really have much choice. That other guy, if anything, that other guy, all 5 of them should be banned. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I was watching this one where he couldn't really decide, and I guess he had sent it to the team to decide or
Yeah.
whatever. Um, this person was uh pulled over or in the lane and not moving, and then this other person coming up behind him came up behind him really fast and really close,
Yeah.
but then went in over a double solid into oncoming traffic. Well, there was no traffic, but into the
Yeah.
opposing lane to pass him. And then the guy who was moving slowly in the lane that was being passed started moving faster. So the guy who was passing him
Yeah.
swerved into him and like
Yeah.
basically hit him, sideswiped him. And so like it's like, whose fault is it? Is the person who was just sitting in the middle of the road blocking the way,
And then suddenly stepped on
or
the gas. Yeah.
and then suddenly stepped on the gas, or is it the person that got annoyed and and like I was like, it's both, and people in chat were like, it's just the guy that was sitting there, and I was like, no, it's both. So it's pretty entertaining to watch. There's another guy that I watch, Lieutenant Bossarelli. He's he's an admin for GTA. It's a family role play, I think it's called,
Okay.
and he plays a cop. Um, and he just drives around Los Santos and pulls people over and arrests them and charges them and brings them into the to jail. And it's really funny because the people that he arrests are actually other people who are playing on the server, right?
Yeah.
And you know,
Oops.
he pulls them over. Ma'am, do you know why I pulled you over? And it's like this little 80-year-old woman character that this other person on the server is playing or whatever, and she's been doing like, you know, 180 miles per hour in a Ferrari or something. And she's like, I have no idea why you pulled me over.
Oops, I seem to be out of fuel.
Uh-oh.
Well, sort of.
Where's our
I've
next?
got fuel for 268 kilometers, and
Okay.
we have to go 259 kilometers. So I suppose
Oh, that's pushing it.
technically, but I've been burned too much. I'm pretty. There must be something coming up.
Yeah, probably.
I'll take it where it comes up. Yeah. So this little lady's getting arrested for.
Yeah, some of the arrests are really funny. Like people will just be intoxicated on the server and driving all over the place,
Uh,
or acting intoxicated because it's role play,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And then he pulls them over and he brings them into the drunk tank and
yeah.
charging him with all these offenses, and then yeah, it's pretty funny.
So this isn't GTA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
GTA 5
yeah.
online. You can apply to be part of the server too, and you can request or apply to play certain roles. If you want to be a police officer, you have to go through. It's like 2 weeks of training
Oh
for the
yeah.
server, and there's this whole process. They have this whole policy in place, and all of this big rule book on what to do, and
Very good.
it's really quite entertaining. But yeah, he's been playing that for a few years now.
Hmm.
And that's what he streams, and he gets a lot of people watching. Like usually there's like anywhere from 60 to 150 people
Hmm.
watching at any given time. It's really entertaining. It's like watching what's that show, Bad Boys,
Yeah,
you know? Bad boys, bad
yeah.
boys. What you gonna do?
Oh, we got a gas coming up. Oh, here.
Ah, good.
I have to remember to
I
stop.
should probably fuel too.
Sometimes what happens is I see, oh yeah, there's one coming up. Okay, are good, and then I get busy talking to people and doing things, and like, ooh,
Yeah.
there's that gas station. I wonder if I can back into
Uh-huh.
it.
I do that all the time with my exits. and then I've added like an extra hour onto my journey.
I tried the detours in 1.36 ETS. They've added detours.
Yeah.
And see if they're any better. And it's the same concept, where they just block the lane. Like it's not a detour set up with here's where normally in real life there'll be a warning that usually there's going to be a detour next intersection, so you might want to take off now.
Yeah.
And they also give you another route, like it's a detour, but here's the gas. Oh, I got to pull off to the gas station. Okay. Can I get off here? Oh yeah. I have to wander around. I'll take this exit here. Yeah, so they just close the road. It's just you come up to the detour, and it's just like an ATS. It's like road closed, and you figure out yourself where you're going to go. Kind of a pain. There's no little pretty follow D1 signs or something.
Right.
Get ready to turn left.
But the nice thing, I guess, in ETS is there's a lot more roads, so there's
Turn
less
left.
chance of being stuck. Oops, it's just done here. Oh no. There we go. Got my
Get ready to turn right.
I
My
was
keys.
about to start honking at you.
No, I got my keys.
Get out of the way!
I got my keys fixed
You
up here.
idiot! Road rage.
Yeah.
I like your little emote, like your little profile tag that you
Which one's that?
on your name in the game. It's some guy with a red hat, red shirt on.
Ah, yes, yes. I wonder who made that. You saw your trailer in the mirror. Your flatbed.
My no trailer.
Yeah.
It's a whole new way to transport used plastics. You just you suspend the plastics in the air, and you just transfer the air.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's no, and then when you get there, you just rematerialize the plastics, and it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Turn left.
Yeah. It's like these guys who say they got a truck full of sailboat fuel
Right.
or wind.
Yeah. Sailboat fuel.
I can turn my lights off. I was afraid to turn my lights off before.
Yeah, it's pretty bright. I mean, my game I've got full brightness. It's 7:44 a.m. for me.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was afraid I was in. Oh, sorry. You're gassed up, okay?
Yeah, I'm gassed.
Okay. Yeah, I was afraid that I'd get a ticket though.
You just left.
Yeah, I just left.
See ya.
Yeah. I was afraid I'd get. I've been kicked a couple of times at playing this game for no headlights.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
usually keep my running lights on because I can see the dash.
Yeah, but
better
that
during the
that
day.
doesn't count with them.
No, it doesn't.
No.
So you've got a little is that the overlay from Truck's book that you got on your stream, or is it just text that you've put in OBS? Just a line of text at the top there. You said
Yeah, yeah.
9.7 tons.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what Truck's book gives you, if you look at that
Stream
file,
file. Yeah.
it gives you, you know, cargo.txt and weight.txt and from.txt and to.txt.
Yeah.
And so you just put all those in as a browser source, or like a text. You do
Oh.
not a browser source. You do the that GDI text thing, whatever it is that you add to your screen,
Oh.
and you can
Yeah.
specify a file, and so you specify that file. So I do a text that says cargo, and then I specify that little file that is actually whatever the hell the cargo is from Trucks Books,
Right.
and it pops it in there. So
Yeah, I should do that. I should
yeah,
figure that out.
kind of cool.
Because a lot of people always come in and then they're like, "What are you hauling?"
Keep
Yeah,
And then
where you
I
go?
gotta pull up my F6 and
I'm
show
not sure.
them.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if it's already there, then it's question answered.
Oop.
Right.
Am I supposed to be here?
Mm.
Go straight.
Oh yeah, it's one of those.
Oh yeah, it's
weird,
one of
like,
those. Yeah. I just realized.
exit right and then go straight.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you're not, oh,
Keep
there's
right.
somebody up there. One of those things, yes, where if you're in the wrong lane, you can't. Yeah, you can't get there from here.
Keep left.
I guess the nice thing about Truckers MP, you don't have to worry about looking. If there's no little dot there, then there's nobody coming. So
Yeah, that's true.
talking to somebody the other day, and he said he always drives. He's almost always drives in Truckers MP, but he drives single player all the time.
In Truckers MP.
Yeah, like not as part of a group.
I mean, the convoys are nice. And I've done a couple runs in single player in Truckers MP just to see what it's like. But it feels really weird with only trucks as
Yeah.
the traffic.
Yeah, especially if it's a quiet server and
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah.
there. It's like did somebody drop a nuclear bomb? I didn't notice.
Yeah. I mean, in real life, this is exactly how I want all the roads to be. But not in ETS2.
Do you ever drive in the game with snow?
Well, I've been using Grimes Winter Mod for the past month now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And his physics add-on also? Or?
Yeah, and the physics add-on, yeah.
That's.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at it.
I was surprised when I drove with it that I had that. Oh, I still had my skills. Well, I knew I still had my skills, developed up north, driving in snow in the winter. What to do in snow when you slide or skid or whatever. But they're surprisingly transferable to driving a truck.
Yeah. I found that it was pretty realistic.
But your reaction is my reaction gave the expected consequence.
Yeah,
what I
I
meant.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I do find that I use my retarder brake a lot more.
Yeah.
Because it helps with slowing down, especially if you have a heavy load in that slippery, slippery conditions.
Yeah. I use I map one of my keys to trailer brake.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Yeah.
Because
that's smart.
if you're on a if you're coming into a curve and trying to slow down, if you use the trailer.
Turn right.
Turn right. Okay. If you use a trailer brake, then you're not going to jackknife easily. Or even if you start to jackknife and slide a bit, if you just tap the trailer brake, then that's like somebody standing behind you and pulling back on the trailer. Just
right.
straightens it out. But We must be getting close to summer, my friend.
33 minutes, I think. I mean, I'm glad this eventually worked.
and then exit
Yeah.
It's a little hairy. I think if there was no update, it probably would have been a lot smoother.
Yeah. Although me trying to find the, yeah, me trying to.
I think I know what happened. I think I accepted the job in Truck's book, right? And then I loaded the game, but the game was the wrong version.
Yeah.
So then I updated, but I never re-accepted the job in Truck's book. So the update I think changed the jobs that were available
Okay.
or like reset them somehow.
Yeah.
So when I went back in, it wasn't there anymore. And then I
Yeah.
think maybe because it was already accepted and then I had to re-accept it into a different version of the game, it bugged the trailer out maybe.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Because I was in and out and in and out too. Like I don't
and then
remember.
turn left.
I couldn't document the sequence I
That's
did.
true. That's true. You may have accepted the Truck's book before
Turn
you.
left.
Almost. Oh, this is downtown Erfurt.
Erfurt. I haven't been here yet.
Some of the jobs that display I have at the top. Some of the jobs in Black Sea. You get the acrylic lettering for the city.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Even though if you looked on
That's
the map, and you said, no, this is a
Go straight
40.
on, and then
No.
turn right.
And you can sort of, if you sort of guess what the acrylic is, you can say, oh yeah, that's how you would write it in acrylic. But
Right.
so people would be asking anyways. So where are you going to? Like, well, it's there. No. Okay, so I think we're just dropping here. I believe.
Turn right.
I will turn.
Tight
Fine.
space.
We are here.
Press the following key. I want to back in and park. Oh, maybe I'll do the medium. Oh, maybe I should have parked. See what happens when I try to drop. Well, yeah, okay. Take the medium thing and see what happens when you try to drop your trailer on top of my trailer. That's assuming I get here. No, I couldn't even get the easy one.
Oh, I see. You have the different parking. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
over here, so.
Yeah. Love that trailer.
Oop. This is a little tight.
Right here.
I am not gonna fit in here.
Where's it going again? I can't see. Oh yeah, I can just put it where mine is. Yeah, I was worried about in your road, but No.
How do I fit in this space?
Where's the space?
It's back. It's on the right side of the yard here. I think I gotta go. I think I know what to do. I think I gotta go this way. And then try to turn around here.
You're supposed to go next to one of those trailers?
It's back here on the side of the building, but it's really strange spot.
Oh, wait, over there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's probably what you would have had to do is...
Oh, I didn't realize you can go right through these trailers.
Oh.
If I'd known that, I would have been able to. I would
Back
have just straightened
there?
out.
Holy shit. You get a lot of bonus points then for...
No kidding.
As it is, I mean, you're going to lose a lot of money because they're going to come out to open the... You know, you're going to back up to the loading bay and they're going to open the door and they're going to look. There's going to be no trailer. Can you sign my papers? No.
Yeah. There we go. Parked.
Holy cow. Yeah, that is hard. Yeah, you would have... I don't know how you... Yeah, maybe if you turned around in the yard somehow and then backed up all the way across the yard into that spot, but
That was there was not enough space there.
no, no, it's just... now how come yours disappears?
My trailer?
Yeah,
Because I did the job already. So
well...
the same happened for you. Your trailer disappeared as well.
Oh, okay, because I can still see it.
Yeah, you can still see your trailer, but I can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Same for me. I can see my trailer still, and you can't see.
Oh, okay, okay. I was thinking, did I not unhook? Okay, well, that was fun. That was cool.
I think that was fun. I think that worked pretty well. I think we know the kinks that we have to work out, but
Yeah, yeah. Interesting that yeah, that I... So I'm gonna have to upgrade now. Yes, I have to go back in and upgrade if I'm gonna drive more in Brazil. I have to go to 1.36 because well, maybe not. I'm on an older version of 1.36. That's all, right?
yeah, because you rolled back, so
But I just rolled back to 1.36, the 1.36.x or whatever.
Mhm.
Huh.
Hey Al, welcome to the stream.
Hey, Al. Yeah. We just finished up our a long trip, a long uneventful trip. That after what time did we start? We left it. We hit the highway at 10. What time did we start the stream? Yeah,
Yeah, so an hour.
9:30. Yeah, yeah. Now we know. An hour farting around trying to get it to work, but now we know how to do it better. So, okay, I'm gonna have well, it's midnight here at the Oasis. Maybe I'll just have another bite of macaroni from supper and have a glass of wine and maybe I'll go to Brazil for a bit.
Sounds like a nice plan.
Yeah.
I will pop off the stream, but if you're going to keep streaming, I'll watch and be in the chat.
I think I'll I'll go for a break and then I'll decide to restart the stream or not. But if I do, yes, pop in and chat. So
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for doing this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I will talk to you. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Take care.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks very much for yeah. Thanks for popping in. I'm sorry, I'm just leaving now, Al. But like I said, I might pop in, and I'll probably be on tomorrow, anyways, in Brazil. So, ta-ta for now.